What is up, everybody? Marky here, and today I have a fun video because I want to go through my thoughts of Nintendo Switch Online and why I think personally it's worth it to get in 2024. So if you guys enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because we are going to get right into it. And right off the bat, what you can see, this app I'm in is actually the Nintendo Switch Online application. And it's actually right on the home screen of the Switch. So if you go to the bottom left, you can see Nintendo Switch Online. You can go right in and check out all of the features for Nintendo Switch Online and go through everything that I'm going to be talking about today in this video. So, right off the bat, if we go to membership options and support, there's going to be two options that you can choose from. The regular version of Nintendo Switch Online, which for 12 months it's going to be $20 for the individual membership. And basically that lets you just play online. And there's also some other cool things where you can have NES, Super NES, and Game Boy games on your system. So right off the bat, if you want to play online, you need Nintendo Switch Online. And that makes sense. And that's kind of the world we live in, where consoles require you to pay to play online. So that's standardized. But the Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pass is actually going to be a little more expensive. For 12 months for the individual membership, that's going to be $50. But I'm going to go through today why personally what they offer you in 2024 and what they've added is actually worth it for the expansion pack, in my opinion. And definitely just want to make you guys aware, you know, if you just have the Nintendo Switch Online and you want to upgrade, or you just got a Switch, or you don't have a Switch, or whatever situation you're in, hopefully this video helps you guys out. So let's go back to home, and first, right off the bat, here's what they are offering, and here's what's trending, which is really cool. If I go over, Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance is now available. Not only Golden Sun, but Golden Sun The Lost Age is also available, and these are some really great JRPGs, and you can definitely sink a lot of time into them. So to me, that's a really cool feature, and something that they actually just added for the expansion pack. But as we can see, online play, if you want to play online, then I would definitely get Switch Online. I know I keep stressing that, but I think it's important to say. And there's a lot of really fun games that you can play online with. First-party games, you know, you have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Splatoon 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that's not shown here, Mario Party Superstars. If you want to play any of these games online, if you want to play Fortnite online for the Switch, you're going to need the online, so in my opinion, worth it. One of the most annoying features, in my personal opinion, is the fact that you need to have the smartphone app to, you know, talk to folks online, to do voice chat. You know, I kind of wish you could just, with every other console, you know, just plug your headphones in and talk in the lobbies that way. But like I said, if you want to play online, and I think over the years, the online for the servers, like the Nintendo servers, has gotten better. It's definitely not perfect, but it's gotten better. So right off the bat, you know, we see there's a lot of fun games to play online. If we go here, this section talks about what consoles are being offered. So we have the NES, the SNES, and the Game Boy, and those games are in Nintendo Switch Online. Those systems are in the regular Nintendo Switch Online, and they're actually applications that you can download right onto to your Switch. With the expansion pack, they're adding 64 and Game Boy Advance games, which in my opinion, like the games that they offer are pretty awesome. And we're going to go through that. But for now, just look at these perfect consoles that they're offering. Really cool. And I think over time, the selections for each console have gotten better. Obviously, the 64 Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy, they're newer additions to this Nintendo Switch Online, so the offerings aren't... there's not as many offerings as the SNES and the NES, which has had more time to add games, but what's being offered is really cool. So I don't want to close. One of the cool things that Nintendo Switch Online comes with is backup save data cloud, which I think should be, you know, offered regularly, but that's one of the features here. There are some special offers, and I definitely want to go through this because this is pretty cool. So, and this is just based Nintendo Switch Online, but you're getting F-Zero 99, Tetris 99, and every once in a while, there's going to be game trials where Nintendo will let you know that a game, you can play the demo of a game. Like, if you enjoy it, then you can, you know, obviously buy it, or it's cool to, you know, try out different games that you might not normally try out. But F-Zero 99 and Tetris 99 are kind of both like battle royale games within those universes. So, obviously Tetris, you're trying to survive, and F-Zero 99, you're trying to win the race and not blow your car up, your speeder up. So, that's really cool. And these offerings are so much fun. I mean, F-Zero 99 is really sick. So definitely worth it there. The Nintendo Switch game vouchers, so these are like more products. You still have to buy like the specific controllers. I have the 64 controller, which I think is really cool, but you still have to buy these products, so it's not technically not like a feature, but the Nintendo Switch game vouchers, I'm not too sure about that program because I buy all my games physically, but I would definitely research that if you're interested. It does come with the Switch Online. I'm not too familiar with it. Same thing with the benefits. I've never really used these benefits, so I'm not too sure about like the member exclusive items for the specific games, but definitely something to take a look at when you have the time. It's on your Switch, so definitely recommend before you buy, if you're not too sure, taking a look at them. We're going to go to missions and rewards. So one of the cool things about Switch Online is it definitely gives you a lot of platinum points, and you can use these platinum points on the My Nintendo website, where you can scan your points and purchase some really cool rewards on the My Nintendo store. So like stickers or pins or they have a lot of different cool prizes, I guess, for being a member, getting those platinum points. And you can also get a bunch of icons, and this is kind of like a rotating cast of icons. So right now we have Animal Crossing and Tears of the Kingdom icons, and basically what that means is you can pay the 10 and update your icon. Right now I have the Pokemon Trainer, which is the Pokemon Trainer, and then I think like a green background, so you can have like different backgrounds and different like circle backgrounds, and it's pretty cool, and you can be super customizable. So not just use like the standard icons that come with the Switch, but get a couple more icons, which is nice. And plus expansion pass. So these are specific to the expansion pack, what you're getting again for that extra was it like $40 or $30 a month. So what you're getting from specifically the expansion pack, you're getting everything for Switch Online plus these items, which include the Nintendo 64 app, so you can play Nintendo 64 games, which is really cool. Game Boy Advance games, they've added some sick games for the Game Boy Advance. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, which is awesome. Like, they've added like a ton of fun tracks. There's some new characters, so obviously you can buy the DLC separately, or you can just be a member and get those Booster Course Pass tracks and characters with the with the membership. And then we have Happy Home Paradise, which is an Animal Crossing DLC. Personally, haven't gotten too deep into this, but it adds like a ton of hours to the game, and I've heard it's really fun. So if you're a big Animal Crossing fan, you don't have to buy the DLC. You can just be a member and get this DLC. We have Splatoon 2 here, and obviously Splatoon 3 is out, so this is kind of but the Octo expansion is really fun, and if you've never played it before and you have Splatoon 2, I would definitely recommend trying it because it's a fun expansion, and if you like the story, it adds a lot of like gameplay elements to the Splatoon 2 story mode and kind of continues that. And lastly, we have the Sega Genesis. Now, this is not really my wheelhouse. I'm not too familiar with this console. It wasn't my era growing up. Like, the Game Boy Advance was more my era. Sega Genesis, not so much. But the fact that they offer Sega Genesis games on a Switch console is really cool, and I definitely recommend looking into this stuff. So, what I'm going to do now is go into the individual applications. So, the NES, Super NES, Game Boy, 64, Game Boy Advance, and go through and show you guys the games that are being offered, and you can see if that's worth it or not. But so far, everything I've gone through is specifically on the Switch application within this, within your Nintendo Switch console. So you can definitely take a look here. And again, I think everything that's being offered is really cool. But we're going to get into the actual games being offered for these consoles. Alright, so we are in the NES console app, and right off the bat, there's definitely a lot of games being offered here. Obviously, these are older games, so they're not as, technologically advanced as, let's say a 64 game or even a Game Boy Advance game. But there's a lot of awesome things being offered here, like, Punch Out, the OG Punch Out, some OG Kirby games, The Adventure of Link, Kid Icarus. I mean, there's just some really, really cool games being offered here. And not only, and this is throughout all of these, but you can play one player, you can play two players, and you can play online with your friends, which is really, I think, is so fun, especially if you're playing something like volleyball and you want to play with your friends online, or Punch Out, or anything really. I think that's a really great feature. So definitely excited about the future, but I mean, I think the NES offers a lot of really great games. Alright, so now we are in Super Nintendo, and right off the bat, Super Mario World, Kirby games, Super Punch Out. I mean, I think there's some really cool. Harvest Moon, Earthbound. When they announced Earthbound, I was so hyped because I'd never tried it before and I wanted to play so bad. So the fact that they're offering a lot of really fun games, Super Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Country, there's a lot of really, really great offerings for the SNES. And I'm not even sure which I like better, the SNES or NES offerings. And this is all just within regular Nintendo Switch Online, all of these games being offered. So in my opinion, I think that's just a really great offering. And again, you can play 1, 2, or play online. So really cool offerings here. We are now getting into the Game Boy, and there's a lot of really underrated games here being offered. Pokemon trading card game, are you kidding me? That's really cool. There's no limited edition Pokemon card inside, though, sadly, because it's digital, but still sick. I mean, Zelda, Oracle of Ages and Seasons. I personally haven't played these games, but I've heard they're pretty cool Zelda games. These offerings are smaller than the SNES and SNES because this is kind of a newer console that they've introduced. They're still adding games, but we have the OG Tetris for the Game Boy, Metroid 2: Return of Samus, and Wario Land 3, which is another great game. But my opinion, highlight here, and Castlevania Legends. But my opinion, not Castlevania, Pokemon trading card game is sick, and definitely recommend trying it out if you have the OG Switch Online without the expansion pack, because this game is fun. Alright, so now we're getting into like the meat and potatoes of the expansion pack. Why is it worth it, in my opinion? Because right off the bat, there's some sick games being offered here. And we got Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Wow, that is really cool. I personally love these games. I've played them a lot once they've been introduced into the 64. And I think the fact that they offered these games, in my opinion, is really cool and so fun. We have the OG Mario parties, which, like, if I'm playing with my friends, like, I think it's always fun to just, like, play the OG Mario parties. They're a good time. They're, like, super, super fun. We have GoldenEye. The fact that they, included that, in my opinion, is really cool. Let's see, we have Wave Race 64 and like some older Pokemon games like Snap and Puzzle League. Mario Golf, it's a really good Mario Golf game in my opinion. Paper Mario, are you kidding me? Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time as well. The 64 is like one of the highlights for me just because there's really, really good games being offered here. So this is the expansion pack. This is one of the reasons I think it's like really, really worth it. And we're going to go get into the Game Boy as well. And again, you can play these 1 player or 4 player, up to 4 people, or online with your friends. That's so cool. That is really cool. All right, here we go. Here is the Game Boy Advance offering. Some of the coolest offerings here. We got Fire Emblem right off the bat. Golden Sun, The Lost Age. We got the Super Mario Advance games. Metroid Fusion. Zelda, which is the Minish Cap, which in my opinion is an underrated game. Mario Kart Super Circuit. When I was a kid, I played this game a lot. I thought it was really fun. So yeah, Game Boy Advance games, there's not as many, but the ones that's being offered here are pretty cool. I mean, Fire Emblem, I've never played Fire Emblem on the Game Boy Advance, and as much as I would love to get a physical version of it, it's so hard to get. You're not sure if you're going to get a legit copy or not. So having it on the Switch, I can just boot it up and play right away, is really cool. And this game is so cool. And then obviously Golden Sun 2, same thing with Fire Emblem. Like, it's super expensive, but you can play on the Switch. And again, you can play local multiplayer. You can play online with these games if they have multiplayer, like the Mario Kart. And I mean, it's just so cool. It's just so cool. And I think they're still adding games to this. I'm hoping that it carries over to the Switch successor, which, you know, I think it will. Alright guys, so that is everything being offered for the Nintendo Switch Online regular and expansion pack. Again, I know I've stressed this, but in my opinion, it's so worth it, especially in 2024. I'm not trying to make you guys, like, you know, purchase these items. I'm just trying to put it out there if folks are interested and, you know, what they may be missing out on. I think it's a really cool. Nintendo's done a really good job with this. You know, I always think the servers, like the actual servers for the online play, could be a little better in terms of, you know, stable and the way that compared to Xbox and PlayStation. But I think overall, for the price and what you're getting, if you had any doubts, hopefully I've made it more clear for you whether you want to get it or not. And yeah, I hope this. I just hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.